that idiot was complaining. I'm like, it's my time.
I get overtime for going to the council meetings, so I just use it.
It is, if I come to town council, county commission, anything, it's my time.
I didn't have to use my key.
Well, I have to watch. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And then I rack up 2 hours of comp.
Are we on? So system's up and going, recording, everything's good?
Yes.
See you.
Snuck in class.
Yeah, I didn't see you.
I'm a minute over.
Go shut that.
Our last meeting, we didn't have audio.
Oh, we didn't?
I watch them. I say our last one, I don't think last one was uploaded, the one before. We had it for the first minute and then it was out. So I don't know what happened on that. All right, go ahead and call the meeting to order, 9 o'clock. Go ahead and do roll call. Chastity Gherkin,
Yep.
Mark Smith,
Here.
Nat Day's absent, Trent Wisner here. Tara?
Here.
And then did we have the meetings the last minute? Or last meeting minutes?
Yes.
Okay, we need approval on those.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, the agenda, and Tara, I apologize, I didn't print that off.
Oh, I didn't either.
Here.
so-
Okay. All right, first agenda item's mowing. Where did we end up on that? I know we got the quotes, which we talked, I went with Michelle to a budget meeting, and we talked to the county council about what the expectations are of the animal control. Do we need it in our budget? Because it's never been in our budget. Are we going to rely on the county to mow it, or do we need to go ahead and go through the bid process like we did and award it? They never really gave us an answer on that though, did they?
Yeah, I sent an email to the commissioners and none of them answered.
So we're still trying to figure out what our responsibility is on that before we award the mowing. I seen somebody's mowed it though. Who mowed it last?
That I don't know, because the city comes over and mows, but I feel like this time maybe it was that one Ellison.
Bart
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't recognize
Okay.
those people that had come over.
He said he
And
was
then
going to
in-
whenever he felt like it, and I said, okay.
Yeah, and then in the fence, we've been mowing,
Okay.
like Evan, or if we have community service, we'll get them out there. The jail had sent over two inmates, and they were able to mow and weed eat, so.
So is that something we're gonna get on their schedule for?
They're gonna try, it just depends on if they have enough people to bring over inmates.
Because I think I don't remember who we were talking to about that. I said the only thing that I would love to use them on everything has to be done every week systematically. So that way, maybe that big field, the weeding, that's great. But we still need to figure out who's doing the mowing.
Yeah.
So I guess we're on hold on that until we'll get with commissioners another time to see what they want to do on that. Because if not, we need to get that in our budget still.
Yeah.
Second item's phone system. So we talked about going Ring Central on that. That was another council we need to talk with them about.
Yes.
Because the phones have been going down.
Yeah, they
Constantly.
were down yesterday.
Oh, again yesterday.
Well, and when ours go down, I think also dispatch goes down, and then that's just the regular phone, not their 911 stuff.
I think it was.
Jeremy said that something was out yesterday, and he was out there trying to fix it. Then he doesn't even do phones, but I think they thought it had to do with whatever else was going on.
So is it Frontier?
Frontier.
Is it out on Frontier side or our side?
Frontier side.
Yeah, because ours were out yesterday, our office.
You guys are on Frontier there? Really? Okay. But you said you had Ring Central Fax.
I do have Ring Central Fax, and when NITEC used to take care of our IT stuff,
Yeah.
they are the ones that started that, the Ring Central. So, and I asked Jeremiah about that, and I guess some county does RTC communications or something like that, so I don't know if they record or not, or if we need to stay with whatever the county has, but
But your internet's always been fine out there, hasn't it? It's
pretty much,
MetroNet?
yeah, Metronet. Yeah, because even we used to have Metronet phones as well, and then Kay Vance changed it to Frontier,
Okay.
even without even telling anyone. I didn't know I had Frontier until I was trying to figure out how I got to get into voicemails. Like, I don't want voicemails, I want an answer machine.
Yeah, I mean, we threw some money in, and I printed out some of the budgets, because we need to talk about that too, but we threw some money in utilities for that. So maybe we get a quote on Ring Central, and I can call them on that since we have them, and then that way we can at least present it.
Yeah,
Just because being IT based, you'll be able to have an app. We'll be able to push a call, like if Kelly or somebody's in the back room, you can always have it ring 3 or 4 times there and then ring over on a different phone. They can do it like digitize your voicemails to where it'll just come across as an email or a text. And then it will also do the phone recording that I know you've been asking about,
Yes.
to have our calls recorded.
yes.
So, and to me, they're not gonna go down as much as what we've been having with Frontier. So, I'll call and get a quote on that. I think we were trying to ask if it was even feasible for us to, go that route with the county council or county commissioners, whoever need to ask approval for it.
Yeah.
I'd say having a quote's not gonna hurt anything. Anybody else got anything on the phone system? So the budget line items, the reason I asked for that to be put on the agenda is, when me and Michelle went to the budget meeting, as everybody knows, they've cut budgets, and they're not adding new positions, they're not wanting to raise anybody's budget, they're wanting to try to cut anywhere they can. We kind of made a argument that we're about 10 years behind on our budget. So, we tried to list everything out and let them know why our budget not only couldn't be cut, but we're relying too much on volunteers to run a county department. And with that, we've talked about always having to ask for food, for puppy pads, for these items. We did let them know that we are trying to adopt out more animals. We're trying to do everything we can. So with that, we have a little bit more cost associated with housing animals for longer. But our budget, $32,000 annually for operations, broken down like $2,800 a month. It's hard to say that's going to cover our fuel, that's going to cover our tires, our food, our vet. And they all agreed. I felt like they were pretty good.
I feel like that
I
too.
think having that dialogue with them, they totally understood. A lot of people were asking for stuff, and they were just saying, we can't do it. When we were talking there, it's like, hey, here's why. Like we're trying to figure out how to buy tires for a truck and what fund that's going to come out of. Even though our budget looks like an increase, it's still way under per capita what anybody around us budget is. The one thing that we need to work on are the line items, and that was what they kind of discussed, because they had a lot of questions on why each line item was called what it was called. Michelle did bring up that, I think it was the highway capital. They changed that. That was just a typo. We always wondered what the highway capital line item was. And what is that truly?
It's equipment.
It's equipment, but they accidentally did a typo on that, so that's why that was in there. But I think we need to figure out exactly what our dollars look like annually, instead of having to do additional appropriations or moving money around from line item to line item. And some of them, they talked about even combining. didn't they?
Combining them, yeah.
And I'll need your help on that, because I'm not sure on what you normally pull around. Like we talked about, firearm training was a topic. Was it trash removal too?
Yeah,
Because
because our
you've got that
trash
for
and then our
for-
carcass is now the same thing.
So do we want to just combine those two as one
Yeah,
line
yeah.
item?
Because even like with the trash, that's one of them that I'll transfer into something else if I need it.
Right.
Because carcass removal pretty much covers the trash service as well.
So like we have $700 for trash removal, and I should have printed out what we used last year. But we didn't use any of it yet. And we didn't, that's last year. I think that first line item's last year's. We didn't use any last year either, right?
No, I don't know that I've used it the past couple years. I usually end up transferring it. So like this year, the 700 was transferred into vet so that we can pay for spay and neuters and stuff like that.
So would you want to see that just combined and we're up in the carcass removal from 1,500 to 23?
Yeah, I
Or-
think so. Because even if I do need it somewhere else, they're all the ones that have the 3s in front of the line items, I can still transfer it if I have to.
Okay.
But because I would hate to lose it, because we do use it, we just don't use it for trash.
Well, and I think that's what I was kind of getting at is I think we need to figure out where we want it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And let the county council know that our budget is not going up. We're just shifting some line items
Okay,
around.
yeah, well then, I think generally, I can't speak for last year, but potentially it was probably for vet.
Okay. So we're wanting to try to move that 700 up to vet.
Yeah,
Because that's kind of where they were at. They don't want to see a bunch of, hey, we haven't used that in 2 years, but we want to leave it so we can transfer it. I think more than anything is take that $700, let's put it in the budget for where it goes.
yeah,
And then we won't do as many transfers.
right.
Firearm training, they talked about that, and then that's going to be, we're now having to buy the ammo
Yes.
for the training. Did we still need the $1,500 in the firearm training, or was can that be combined with anything else we have? Was there a,
I mean, we have an actual like training line item that's training and education.
Right.
I mean, so we can combine that. The firearm is, where we would buy ammo just to have ourselves and also
Okay.
to use the training bullets as well. We'd have to pay for those. Yeah, because then eventually for Travis, if he's still here in a year, then I'll have to buy him a bulletproof vest.
and the vest goes with firearm training?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you able to get a grant for that? You talked to Jerry or anybody?
We tried getting on the sheriff's department grant and we were kicked off, so I don't know.
So I also think with the budget and some of the stuff we talked, it also brought up the building and the bonding and the confusion with the bonding. Our budget was set up with the understanding that the bond items that were submitted were approved, but we've never seen that. We've never got an indication that, hey, we are getting that new vehicle or we are getting the building. So our office and improvement maintenance budget's only $1,500. We bumped it to $2,000. And then our building repair was $2,500. We bumped that to $5,000. And that was, even if they say, yes, you're gonna do a building, we're still, year and a half, realistically, 2 years before it ever open by the time start to finish. But I think we need to look at our air filtration in there. Is there anything we can do is there anything you guys need on that building maintenance versus having somebody just come in and make it work? Is HVAC good, the roof good? Is there anything?
I guess for the most part, it works okay. I don't know that as far as like the new building was ever really taken into account to what kind of AC we have, because like in the new part, it really struggles down there with heating and cooling.
You're talking the new building,
The addition, yeah,
for the existing
new,
building.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like a lot where we need some kind of circulation or air or heat. We used to put, like during the winter, we would turn on a space heater.
Well, so then that's when we started talking with council and about, these are just maintenance items. These aren't projects. Our projects are going
Right.
to go under capital improvement projects. And I feel like we kind of outlined those, and that was supposed to have been done in the bond, and we've done that in the bond. If it's a new building, we don't need all these interior projects, that building. But I think as a board, we need to start looking at, is there anything we need done, and then trying to go to the commissioners earlier and let them know that, hey, we don't need it this year, but in the next couple of years, we need the fence redone. You know, we're not budgeting that, that's not gonna be in a budget line item, but I think that can be in a capital improvements project that they might say, hey, money's gonna be tight this year, anticipate cost $20,000 to replace all the fence. At least that way they know it's coming.
Yeah,
So maybe from an overall picture, we have a list of what we would like to see once we figure out where we're at with that new building, and then just try to get it under the capital projects and, you know, try to get that bond money allocated to that. Now, we have gas and oil, but where are we purchasing the tires? I know we had to purchase them out of non-reverting this time, right?
no, so I was able to get it, there's that motor vehicle line item.
Okay,
Yeah, because then I just got tires last week, Monday.
yes.
I think it's when I got new tires, and it was just under $800.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
good.
because I went to Don's Tire, they didn't charge me for, disposal of the old tires,
Okay.
and then I got the new tires.
Do we ever run over on the motor vehicle? Because I see, it looks like, and I didn't print the top line, but that $1,141, I assume that's what we used in '24 on that line item, that motor vehicle line item?
Maybe, I don't.
And then the next
know
line
what-
item, or the next one was 1,500, so I assume that was our budget for '25.
Yeah.
I just printed these off right before I left. And then our new budget, we bumped it up $500 to 2,000. I think our biggest question was on that, if a set of tires is $800 to $1,200, then we only have $800 left for motor vehicle fund. And does that take care of all of our vehicle repairs? And gas and oil is strictly for the gas and oil?
Well, so in the gas and oil, I just use gas. When I go to change the oil in my trucks, I use the motor vehicle line item.
Okay,
And even like right now, where it sits after getting tires, we have $177 left over.
yeah, with still, 5 months left.
Yeah,
But it looks like in '24, we about used all the gas and oil line item at $4,000, $4,025 with one less vehicle on the road.
yes,
So I think that was my biggest thing, is we really need to look at these line items, and if there is money, that $700 for trash removal, maybe that gets pushed up to the gas and oil. Because if we're gonna be running out, I don't know where we're at right now with gas and oil. We got budgeted for this year at $5,000.
Maybe we increased it because of the AC too.
That's what I was saying, yeah, last year we used 4,000, but we only had Michelle on the road.
Right.
so as of right now, unexpended is 2,190.55.
Okay, so we're still under 50% of our budget, so we're pretty good right there. Oh, unexpended, is that what you said? Or
No, yeah, we have 2,190 left to use
okay,
for the rest of the year.
and we haven't had AC2 on the road much this year, have we?
Just since when did he start? July? I think so.
Sounds right.
Yeah. And I mostly send him out, so my truck is actually the one that's less out in the field. I
Okay.
send him out, and I stay there at the shelter unless he needs help from me.
I just think to show that we're budget conscious and trying to really figure out where our budget is, it's gonna look better that we are not doing a bunch of transfers and we're trying to
Right.
narrow down what each line item needs to be all year long. Because if not, they're gonna want to cut, hey, if you're not using firearm training, you're only using $500 and we've had $1,500 in every year, then we're gonna cut that line item.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's what, they're making those hard decisions right now, so I think getting it where it needs to go during budget time is gonna be crucial, so. That's all I had on it, I just wanted us to look at that. I don't know at what point we're too late to switch the line items, or maybe this
Yeah,
is even
I
a
don't
next
know.
year conversation. Because they did say they would appreciate us cleaning some of that up and not just pulling it around.
Yeah, and I wonder, I can ask Ashley to see if she can like give me a print off of like last couple years of transfers from
Yeah.
us. Cause I have to turn in a sheet of where I'm taking it, where I'm moving it to, so I would say she'd have some sort of printout that she could give me.
And, you know, like I said, we did keep reiterating that it's a county department, and again, we're only on our, most of us are on our second term, so I don't know how the last budget processes work. Even the first year's budget process, Dave kind of took care of, so we weren't even involved in the first one. But now we're going in knowing our budget needed to increase. At the same point, the same year, they're telling everybody your budget can increase, and we're cutting budgets, so we're way behind on this. So I think as long as we can justify our, I mean, honestly, $32,000 for operational expenses for a whole year for a department, they acted like they understood that's not a lot. So as long as we're asking for stuff that, you know, we can show them the need for, and then just every year keep figuring out what we need and what we need to do to keep moving forward, I think, you know, one of the very first items would be cleaning up the line items. Does anybody else have anything on the budget line items or budget itself? All right, Michelle, you got any updates on department head update?
Nope, I don't think so. The county highway came out and extended some of the gravel so that the horse trailer isn't sitting in grass anymore. It's now on, rock. And then Nad had called me Thursday or Friday and asked about the backyard and digging it out in the gravel, which I called Josh and talked to him about it. I didn't know if Nad had said something to Shane, and Shane had already said something to Josh, but Josh didn't know anything about it, so he does now. So I guess we're just gonna figure out when and how to do all that in the back for the drainage.
Well, I think especially trying to get prepared for winter coming. I mean, that's probably where it was the nastiest, wasn't it, when that snow would come and melt. And so if there's anything we need to do next couple months to get ready for that, and, I mean, now's gonna be the time we do it.
Yeah.
Did they put more stone on that whole
Not the
parking
whole
lot?
parking lot. They just brought stone for the,
So we need stone on the parking lot.
I mean, yeah, and it looks better because they did spread it.
Yeah.
But I would say it needs more.
It just seems like every winter or any rain, if there's just a lot of standing water. I know it's a stone parking lot, but we probably need to try to get a little more stone on it. You have anything else?
No.
How about the, all the positions? We've got the ACO2, we've got,
We've got Kelly, we've
Got
got
Kelly.
Brianna, and we got Evan. So
Have you
2
been-
part-times and then Kelly. and
we've been getting any of the volunteers in, helping on the cleaning. Is it something, I know we just been doing some posts,
Yeah,
but we
no,
haven't
not
kind of
yet.
like organized a true volunteer schedule.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. And then how is the shelter and like capacity wise?
As of right now, we're still doing okay because we're still turning around owner surrenders.
Okay.
Turning away, did I say that right? Yeah, we're still not taking owner surrenders so that we can keep space for the ones we do have.
And how long is that? 'Cause I know one of the big compromises we had with commissioners when they were getting those calls is we try to limit that to 2 weeks or under. That was the closing of the facility. I don't think it was the owner surrender side, but just the
Right, and we're
closing.
still,
So you're
just,
still
we're
open.
completely, yeah, we're taking in strays or,
Okay,
you know, whatever they
Okay.
wanna call strays. But if they actually are wanting to turn in their animal, then we turn them away.
okay. And then we had the discussion about the new ordinance changes and when those will get voted on. Do you know when that?
I haven't
when
heard
we're on the
anything
agenda
about
for
that either.
Because that would also up our fees for owner surrenders.
Right.
Did you end up getting ahold of Alex or sending him the updated ordinances, or like the wording that we asked for?
Yeah, I emailed, but I haven't heard back.
Well, he told me, I talked to him like right after that. He said, don't expect it to be real quick.
Okay,
He was,
okay.
yeah, he was still doing.
Just those key bullet points we talked, so I said yes. I was just curious on when that's gonna happen, so I'm sure we'll have to present that or be there for any questions.
Probably, yeah.
Is there any new business?
I think
I mean,
Do you want a better structure for the volunteers? Like, do you want different times? I know we talked about 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., but do you want like? I'm just
I mean,
thinking
it just
about
depends on
ways
what
of-
they're wanting to do. If they're wanting to help clean, then they need to be there at 8 o'clock when we're cleaning. If they just want to do enrichment, then that just whenever they want to come in. I know that there's some people that come with Empower. I think that's what it's called. It's like a living assistance or something, and they come and they sit with the cats. They don't mess with any of the dogs, but they come and spend time with the cats. I can't remember if maybe here or there we've had someone come in and clean, help clean. I think we get more community service than we do volunteers.
well, I'm almost wondering, we just kind of left it open, hey, if you want to come at these times, but if we have a point of volunteer contact, we kind of, and I know you got a lot on your plate, you were wanting to do that one time. But saying here, call and schedule with Tara, or call and we'll get a list, and maybe we have a list of people's names that are wanting to volunteer, they just don't know how to help. We say, well, what times are you available? Well, I'm available from anytime 11 to 4, I'm available from this. And it's structured more that way than just, hey, come in and help when you guys have time. And then
Yeah.
by doing that, I think they have a point of contact. You guys are too busy to answer calls and talk to volunteers about how they can help and when. We're kind of expecting them just to show up.
Yeah.
But to have a list put together, and it's like a volunteer organizational deal, and I just
Yeah,
think
maybe
we-
to where they can come and sign in to what time they're gonna take, like.
or
people
maybe
do
we
a
get a
potluck.
list,
Genius.
or maybe we just get a list to know what time people are available and what they're wanting to do, and we compile that, and then we kind of ask them, hey, would you guys be willing to come in?
I think a handoff's nice too, because a lot of people don't just like walking in the door
Yes,
and saying, hey, I'm here. It's better if somebody say, hey, I'm willing to meet you here at this
Yeah.
time, and then we'll walk you through whatever.
And maybe it's, hey, would you
Yeah.
guys, you get a list of people that are wanting to help and say, hey, would you take the first and third Monday of the month?
Right.
Would you want to come in the first and third Monday of the month from 8 to 10 and help clean? And I think having a structure like that, they got it on their calendar, they know they want to help. They're just not the, like you said, not the type just going to walk in the door and say, what do you want me to do?
We can kind of piggyback off of what Amy does with her sign up genius, where you can pick a certain time and people can go in, log in, and you could see it from your end too if we set up a little account like that.
Mhm.
I mean, do you guys think on the volunteer, if there's a point that maybe there can be a conversation started
Mhm.
on if you're wanting to volunteer,
Yeah.
get a hold of whoever is in charge of that, a list of times, what you're wanting to do, and then we kind of see where everybody's at, and then we can have that communication with them and get them in there. I think you're gonna get a lot more people in there and a lot more structure than just come help.
My issue was finding that point of contact for the volunteers, because I quickly realized I wouldn't be able to keep
Right.
up with it.
Yes,
So it's a matter of if there's any recommendations on who could be that point of contact.
and maybe we get a list compiled that we have an email set up, and then we find out of that list who would make a good fit to kind of be the head volunteer that would structure that. Maybe that's something they only want to do. They really can't go in there with the animals, but they're really good at organization and getting people set up. I mean, we have that spay and neutering clinic at our office all the time, and it's pretty, it looks like pretty well. I mean, there's 100 cars there every, so many Mondays I pull in, but,
I do have a couple people that have approached me about volunteering, so
right.
I've sent them the stuff to fill out, and I said to get that back to me, and then I'll leave it at the office or give it to you.
I think we walk away here and we have it on Facebook posts and we have it out there, and there's a lot of people want to volunteer, just, they're not gonna come in there just cold.
And it's
Like
almost
a
a word
co-
of mouth. It's like, if I know this person,
Yeah.
then they're more willing to do it, but if they don't know anybody, they're, it's kind of awkward, or don't really want to, but.
Mhm.
And then make sure, we know their expectations and,
Right.
and they know ours, and they're not wanting to come in every day, they're not wanting to clean, but they'll do it a couple days a month to help out. And then as long as they have that structure in place to know what they're doing and when they'll be there, I think it'd go a long way. So I think first step's what, trying to find,
I'll try to play around with that sign up genius and see if I can make a calendar and put, we need a volunteer for cleaning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then people can go in and sign up for that, and we can put like 3 or 5 volunteers for that specific one, and it'll be every month.
That would be good if you had a group, I mean, specific people that you knew were gonna use it or whatever, and then they could say, oh, well, I can go in this day and fill this time.
Right. But then at some point, we need the volunteer that's over all that.
Yes.
That's my
You're
biggest
exactly
thing.
right, yeah.
Is I think if we still just leave it up for onesie, twosie volunteers to come in, we still need that one person that's over all
Right.
that. Because for one, it's gonna take the burden off you guys. I mean, you're not gonna have time if you're right in the middle of something, somebody just shows up at 9:30.
Yeah.
Says, what do you want me to do? Sometimes it hurts for, more
Sometimes
than
it's
help.
easier just do it yourself.
It's
than try to
easier.
Teach
Yeah.
somebody what they're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
or show somebody where stuff's at.
But I just feel like, one, it engages community involvement. It lets people know what the condition of the shelter and what you guys are dealing with there. And it allows people to help because, I mean, there's so many people that want to help. I still don't feel, even on that sign up genie. I think once it's in place and we have somebody,
Right,
we have
exactly.
that point of contact that says, oh, you're wanting to help, here's what you can do. Sign up here. And then if you got any questions, let me know.
I still have a description for like a overseeing volunteer, the head volunteer, so I can try to push that out again and just see. Because last time we did it, we had like 2 people interested in it.
Right.
They were not a good fit. So maybe now that more time has passed and
Was there anything you think we can do, like a day at the shelter? Like just a
a
community?
volunteer day.
Well, just a-
community
just
day.
Well,
a
so
open
Susie
house.
Hall, yeah, that she would do open house, when she was on our board, and, I mean, she did it at least once a year.
And I know there's, we've got to watch from a liability standpoint, having so many people there. But I also think if we push that out, while we still got a little nice weather left, we get it all nice and mowed up, and just have an open house day. And, again, we can have sponsors catering some, a little bit of food or something, and just have come see the animals, come do this. And then how can you help? Well, here's a volunteer sign-up sheet if you're willing to do this. And from that point, we can bring a whole lot more people in on one day versus, over a
Right.
course of the time. I think you'll get a lot more sign-up.
I agree. But I think it'll also help too, like even for you guys, if there is that one direct point
I
of contact.
agree.
Somebody says, well, I could be there, let's say Wednesday. I mean, I could do a 2 to 4 or whatever. Then that head volunteer could go and kind of show them more than taking
Yeah.
time away from you guys.
Yeah.
To help out a little bit.
I
Just say this is
I
stuff
feel like
we
the
do.
volunteer, it's gonna be too hard to have just people doing whatever
Right,
they want
I agree.
with the employees, I think. But are you guys in favor of that, like, open house for
Yeah,
I mean, even if we just do it a short time so we can keep everybody's attention there? Say we're gonna do an open house from 10 to noon, instead of 8 to noon, just something, hey, come here, we're gonna show you what we got going on here. We're gonna tell you how you can help, and maybe we do a last ditch puppy pad drive or donation thing, and,
yeah.
have a,
I'm fine with that. I can do it weekends. Weekends are.
well, I think
yeah.
just weekends would
Yeah.
be better, and at 10 to noon, it was,
Yeah.
but we're running out of weather. I mean, it's 90 or 80 some
Yeah.
today, but it could be 30 in 3 or 4 weeks, so.
I think we ought to put out there the head person too first, before you get, because we get that head person that's gonna lead the volunteers.
Yeah.
Then they come to the open house, it's gonna, it's gonna keep things rolling.
It's either
What-
way, because could we get a head volunteer out of that
Out of
open
that.
That's what I was
house?
saying.
mean, you could
Well,
go
that's
either
kind of
way.
what I was saying, was
Yeah.
try to get as many people there as we can, but make sure we have the information that's needed on, hey, how can you help? Come find out how you can help it. From 10 to noon, we're gonna have an open house. Show them the facility, and I think we'll get a lot more doing that one time on a specific time than we are, you send me an email, and then we tell you how you can help, and another person sends an email.
I just think when we started this earlier, I thought we would have a head person by now.
Yes.
It's like- And that I think is what's been the stopping block of the whole thing to a certain
Well-
extent. I mean,
I don't think people realize, they got a lot on their plate as employees. We come in here once a month for our meetings, and we have all these great ideas, and then life happens, and some of them don't get implemented, and we got a lot of other stuff going on. So I think having those volunteers that are good at, this is what you're doing. There was a post about Tina doing the Facebook page. She literally does it every morning on her phone every single day. So it would be hard for the employees to keep up. I mean, they're not gonna be able to keep up on a Facebook post every single day, but that's what she likes doing, that's what she wants to volunteer at, and she's able to do it. So you find that same thing to,
That's what
you know,
we're
be the
trying to
head
set.
volunteer for the organization
That's
of
what we
all
did, and they
this.
don't even have to really ever step foot in there.
Exactly.
I mean,
That
They can
might
just
be-
keep it organized for the
Yeah.
other ones. I mean, yeah, I think that's a very needed, I think we need to go fishing again for somebody like that, if we can.
So, I mean, is there a tentative date we can try to push this for and have something ready? Is anybody,
I can start pushing out for a head volunteer.
I'm gonna
Now.
mean more the open house
The
too,
open house,
and
yeah.
that, I mean, getting that out there, we're doing that, start pushing that open house. And not that we need a date today, but I think we need to have the open house before the next
Well, I
board
was gonna
meeting.
s-
Yeah.
well,
I mean, honestly, I don't know how we're gonna,
when is the next board meeting?
It's should be on October 14th.
I guess,
And that 1 week's fall break,
yeah.
so you're gonna have
So
people
maybe
gone.
after that, but like, we gotta get it before
But
winter
maybe if we
comes.
should even plan on doing it like October, maybe the 18th or something, that's after everybody gets back from fall break, but it gives us, we can kind of do what we can between now and that
Yeah,
next board meeting. With the next board meeting, then we know exactly where we're at. Have we had any people
I
respond?
mean, do you see any concerns with that at all? Is there anything about having people there? I know we'll have to have the animals still in the kennels. But maybe there's a spot, you know, the cat room, and we're just gonna have a lot of people in there. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've done it before, so I mean, it'll work out. I
Okay.
know, like on the 18th, I won't be available. I have softball that weekend. And my K-9 team has a golf
Oh,
scramble.
that is the golf
that-
scramble,
I
yeah.
mean, we could push it out another week.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. I just, probably sometime in October
Yeah, I
is gonna be
think-
the best.
I agree. I mean, what's your guys', is it rougher on you guys in the winter or the summer months? Like the facility wise?
I don't know. It's just kind of up and down. I don't know.
It
just
depends
seems-
on how many animals are in there.
Yeah, it
It
definitely
just seems like it's
depends.
be a lot harder to clean if snow's flying and, you know, the conditions are bad outside. Trying to get those animals out to get the kennels cleaned and having some
Yeah.
people to help do that would make a huge impact.
Yeah, well, I think even with the, it's still gonna have, when we spray it down, it'll still freeze, but at least the walls will keep a lot of the snow out of there that used to just fill up the whole back
Okay.
when it would snow.
All right, I mean, I feel like that's one of our biggest items we need to try to get done soon, is try to get volunteers in there. And then we talk a lot about that side, but is there anything you need on the actual outside of the facility, animal control side? I mean, has everything been going okay? We know you need radios.
Yeah, I
And the
mean,
bond.
we still need all that stuff, but no, otherwise it's going pretty well.
Okay.
I have a trap out right now and I cannot catch this dog. Actually, I've had this trap set for going on 3 weeks and I saw him for the first time today. He was inside the O'Mara fence. But I have the trap set at JRT Motorsports,
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah,
Yeah, JTI.
I cannot catch him.
There's one that's running Highway 3 north by Lowe's and those factories out there. It's been there since July.
Is it the tan dog?
It's like a little border collie maybe mix. Something. I can't get close enough to it. I've seen it a few times, tried to get it, my son's tried. And I've seen stuff where the people that work at those factories have tried to feed it but I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in a few weeks, so I don't know. When you first said you had a trap, it's like, I wonder if that one's it.
Yeah. No, this one's tan. He's like a Anatolian Shepherd mix or something of some sort.
Does anybody else have any new business?
I don't know.
We got any claims that we need to approve? No. Nobody has anything else? We need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I'll make the motion.
Terry made a motion.
I'll say.
Chad seconded.
Sorry
All in
about that.
favor? All right, motion adjourned.